Okay, let's talk about skincare for a minute. Because I think a lot of women, a lot of you, have stood in the skincare aisle. You've been scrolling on TikTok for 20 minutes. Do y'all use TikTok? I'm not a TikToker. And then just left with nothing. Overwhelmed. Skincare can be very, very overwhelming. 10 steps, double cleanse, don't double cleanse, 7 serums, some acids you're supposed to use, but only use them on Tuesday, and then you just close the tab and go to bed, have a shot of tequila to calm your nerves, because skincare can be very, very confusing. And I get it. When I first started doing my skincare, it was very overwhelming, because before I started my YouTube channel, I didn't have a skincare routine. Most of the time, I went to bed with my makeup on. My skincare routine over the years has gotten a little bit more advanced, but I've also figured out what works for my skin and what doesn't. This is my monthly collab with Andi from Andi Does Stuff. I will have Andi's video link down in the description so that you can go check out her video, because Andi has dry skin. I do not have dry skin, but if you have dry skin, Andi might have some tips and some tricks just for you. So I'm not going to hand you my whole entire advanced skincare routine. You let me know down in the comments if you're interested in knowing what my more advanced skincare routine is, and I will absolutely be happy to do a video on that. But this is for beginners. This is to get you started. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what the absolute best skincare routine is for you. Let's get into it. I am not going to be using any of the products that I'm talking about. Some of the products I don't actually have, because as I said, I've changed my skincare routine up a little bit. We're talking about beginner skincare. And I want to preface that by saying, whatever beginner skincare that you start with is perfectly fine. You do not need an advanced skincare routine. Let me say it again. For those of you in the back, you do not need an advanced skincare routine. So whatever products that I'm going to recommend, I will pop up on the screen if I don't actually have them. Now, I do believe that there are a few non-negotiables, but you do not need 10 skincare products. If you want to do something super simple, you probably only need about 4 products. So I'm going to start with the AM skincare routine. For beginners, you need to rinse off your face. I do not wash my face in the morning with any type of cleanser. I just rinse my face off with warm water, just to get off any of the nighttime oils, get the sleepies out of my eyes. I don't like to over cleanse my face. And I feel like that when you do that in the morning, you've cleansed your face before you went to bed. You slept all night. Unless you got mud on your pillow, you're not rolling around in dirt all night. So you just need to rinse your face off in the morning. So once you have rinsed off your face in the morning, if all you want to do is put on a good moisturizer, that is perfectly acceptable. Moisturizing your face is extremely important. When you let your skin get really dry, that is going to cause more fine lines and wrinkles. You want to keep your face hydrated. I have 2 favorite moisturizers. One is the CeraVe PM moisturizer. They have an AM and they have a PM. I like the PM, and I use the PM in the morning and at night. I don't currently have that because I have some other moisturizers that I am working through, but that is one that I will repurchase when I get through others. My other favorite moisturizer is the Tony Moly Choc Choc Green Tea. Between the CeraVe PM and this, I cannot tell you how many bottles of these that I have been through. They're both very affordable. They last a long time and they work really, really well. So in the morning, if that's all you want to do, rinse your face off, put on a good moisturizer. Once your skin is hydrated, any makeup that you want to put on is going to go on better because your skin is hydrated. Now, if you want to take it to the next level and you want to use an SPF, then you can put on an SPF. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not wear an SPF. I do not like them. I don't like how they feel on my skin. And I also want my skin to absorb all the vitamin D from the sun that I can get. I do not wear sunscreen. I never will. That's just me. I'm not telling you to not wear sunscreen. If you feel that you need a sunscreen, if you want that extra protection, then by all means, get a sunscreen. There are many different sunscreens out there. I know that CeraVe has a sunscreen. I have heard mixed reviews on that sunscreen. I believe that Andi is going to talk about that sunscreen in her video. So she wears a sunscreen. So go check out Andi's channel and get some good recommendations on what sunscreen you can use. So in my opinion, that is a tier 1 beginner skincare routine. It is very, very basic, but it is going to help your skin out immensely, especially if you are not doing anything for your skin at all. Very affordable, clean water, and a moisturizer. And then if you want to elevate your skincare routine, you can get a toner. A toner is very nice to have. I like to use a toner. It just helps to remove any residue from any cleanser that you may have used, any oils that may not have come off your skin when you are rinsing it with water. There are many different toners. There are several that I like. My holy grail is the Ordinary. This is the Saccharomyces fermented 30% milky toner. This is my holy grail. I love it. This is a brand new bottle. I bought it when it was on sale. I think this sells for right around $14. It lasts forever because you don't need to use a lot of it. The other thing that you could think about is an essence. I like to use an essence. You do not need an essence. You do not need a toner. I like the vegan kombucha tea essence. As you can see, I am almost done with this. It's a very nice essence. After my toner, I put on an essence. And from there, if you wish, you can go into your serums. When I first started my skincare routine, I started with vitamin C serum that I used in the morning. I used the Timeless Vitamin C, and I would wait until it went on sale. It can be a little pricey, and you do have to be a little careful with the types of vitamin C serums that you get because some of them do not have the efficacy to actually do what it's supposed to do. Now, I got to the point that I didn't feel I needed a vitamin C serum anymore, so I quit using it. But in the beginning, when I first started, it really did help my skin. I could tell a big difference in my skin from using that. The other serum that I like to use in the morning is niacinamide. You can get niacinamide from The Ordinary. They have a very nice niacinamide. It is very, very affordable. I do not have that at the moment. I am using this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops, and it has bronzing drops in it. And you get just a little bit of a glow from this. And I'm using this because I had it. I won it in a giveaway. Otherwise, I would be using The Ordinary because it's a great product. The only other product that I would recommend would be an eye serum if you feel like you need something. I have lots of crepiness under my eyes. The texture of the skin under my eyes has improved a lot since I have been doing a regular skincare routine and using eye care products. I can tell a huge difference in how my eyes look. I would recommend the Beauty of Joseon. I hope that I'm saying that right. As you can see, I am almost done with this. You can get this on Amazon for like $17. I have been using this, so we're right here at the end of July. I have been using this since last year. When did I start using this? November, maybe? It will last you a long time because it doesn't take much. This is really good. I also love rock, and I talked about this in my empties, the last empties video I did, because I finished one of these and I loved it. This is probably my favorite eye cream of all time. It works so well and it's very affordable. And I actually use these both together in the morning. Well, currently I'm using up a different eye cream that was gifted to me, but and then the other thing is a moisturizer. You know, you put on your products and then put your moisturizer on last. If you have really dry skin, you could do some type of facial oil, but you don't have to do all of that unless you feel you need to. Rinse your face off in the morning, put on a good moisturizer, and if you want to get a moisturizer that has a little something in it to help you, you know, like collagen or some peptides or something like that, then you've got a 2-for-1 going on, and throw a sunscreen on and you're good. Moving on to my PM skincare recommendation. Again, you don't need a lot of products. If you wear makeup, then I recommend that you use a micellar water. My favorite micellar water is Garnier. Right now I'm using Neutrogena. The reason that I'm using that is because I found it at Marshall's, very reasonable, and I wanted to try it. I do not like the shaker bottles. I end up making a mess because of how they come out. I just don't like it. So I have this spray bottle. I put it in the spray bottle, and then I use a cotton round. And this is the first step in my nighttime routine. I use this as my first cleanse to take up all of my makeup. I love these reusable cotton rounds. This one is brand new. I haven't used it yet. Here's one that I have used. People don't like this because they think that's gross. But makeup stains, and I wash these periodically. I will soak them in a little hydrogen peroxide and put a little bit of baking soda in it to try to help to get some of the stains out, but the stains don't bother me because it's clean. And it's very cost effective because I'm not using all kinds of things that I'm going to end up throwing away. So that's the first thing I do. I use the micellar water, especially to take off my eye makeup, my mascara, and then I do a quick wipe around my face. Then I go in the bathroom and I use a cleanser. I do recommend that you use a cleanser at night, especially if you've been wearing makeup. But even if you don't, if you put a sunscreen on in the morning, you're going to want to wash that sunscreen off your face before you go to bed. The cleansers that I prefer to use, I love the CeraVe. You can get the foaming or the non-foaming. I think the non-foaming is a little bit more gentle on your skin. The one that foams, I believe, does a little bit more cleansing. So if you're worried about dry skin or drying out your skin, you could get the non-foaming cleanser. But I love that. Again, I have a lot of cleansers that I'm trying to work my way through. I have been gifted some that I am currently using, but I will always go back to my CeraVe. And as far as I'm concerned, to me, that is my double cleanse. There are other people that will recommend that you cleanse and then cleanse again. I'm not doing that because I feel like that is too harsh. It is going to strip all of the good oils and moisture out of my skin, and I do not want to do that. Again, at night, I use another toner. Sometimes I will use the same toner depending on what I have open. Sometimes I'll use one toner in the morning and one toner at night. But if you're on a budget, you're just being very basic, just one toner, but you do not have to use a toner. Cleanse and moisturize truly is all you need to do. I like to use an essence. I just like the feeling that it gives my skin. It seems to help hydrate my skin and help the other products that I'm using work a little bit better. And then serums for night. I use the ordinary GF15 solution, and I forget how much this is. Again, this is very, very reasonable. This really helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps to repair visible skin damage. This is my second bottle, and I have a backup. That's how much that I like that. You can also use an eye cream at night. You can use the same eye cream that you're using during the day, or if you like, I do use the Neutrogena mostly at night because it does have a retinol in it. But you can just use a regular eye cream. If you're interested in using some type of retinoid, you can get the Differin gel. This used to be prescription only. You can get this on Amazon. I think it runs roughly around $20. It works perfectly fine. You do not need to get all of the expensive retinoids to use. And you can just try this out 1 to 2 times a week. Your skin will let you know if you're going too fast. You can work your way up to using it every single day, but at least 1 to 2 times a week will make a big difference. Is this something you need? No, you do not need it. This is a choice. Then once you've gone through your serums and any treatments that you want to use, again, you can use a nice moisturizer. You can use the CeraVe PM. You can use the Tony Moly. You do not have to have an expensive moisturizer. There are some really good, affordable moisturizers. One thing I do want to mention, if you are susceptible to milia, and I am, I don't know if you can see, I have it right here. I have it under my eyes. Before I started a skincare routine, I never had milia, ever in my life. Never heard of it, had no clue what it was. I know with 100% certainty that the moisturizers that I use caused me to have milia because they were too heavy. That is why I use the green tea watery lotion, because it is very thin, but it is very moisturizing, and it does not cause me to have milia. And that is your total skincare routine. You can put something on your lips. You can get like a lip oil, or just put a lip balm on, maybe some type of lip mask if you want before you go to bed. There are tons and tons of different products that you can use for your skincare routine. But I am going to tell you what is the absolute best, all-time best skincare routine for you. That is the skincare routine that you will actually do. That's your best skincare routine. So if you are not doing a skincare routine at all, if something as simple as splashing some water on your face and putting on a moisturizer is something that you will do, that is absolutely going to help you. You can always start off very small, and then if you decide that you want to add something in, if you're on a budget or having a hard time going out and getting these products, it can be a lot if you're buying it all at one time. Buy one here or there. Get your moisturizer, a good moisturizer today. And then in a month or two, if you want to try a toner, grab a toner and get into the habit of using that. You don't have to do a 20-step routine ever, but you don't have to do it all at once. If you ease your way into it, it will be fine. Seriously, the absolute best skincare routine is one that you will actually do. If you're not doing anything, you're not helping your skin. I hope that this was helpful. When I first started learning about skincare because seriously, I did not take care of my skin. When I first started learning about skincare, it was very overwhelming. Do I do the vitamin C? And then don't do the vitamin C during the day because then the sun is going to do things to the vitamin C. And, then you have frogs attached to your face. And, don't do vitamin C and niacinamide together because they cancel each other out. And you can only do this at night and blah, 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 blah. So confusing, so overwhelming, and so many people suggesting that you use a lot of very high-priced skincare. I had a company just recently reach out to me. They wanted to do a sponsored video or send me some products, skincare products, for me to review and, offer with affiliate links and codes and all the things. And I went to their website because I always, before I accept anything like that, which is why you don't see a lot of sponsored content on my channel, I always do my research to research that company and see, is this something that is going to be of value or helpful to my YouTube family? Their products were $500 and $600, and I was like, no, because nobody needs to spend that kind of money on skincare products. You need to splash some water on your face and put on a moisturizer. And if that's all you can do, that is fantastic. Seriously. Okay. Getting off my soapbox now. Don't forget to go check out Andi to see what kind of products that she recommends. I so appreciate you being with me today. As always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are, and we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it and your skincare. And I will see y'all in my next video. Okay. Love you. Bye.